Ever notice how some people effortlessly recall complex data and a dozen names at a party, while the rest of us forget where we put our car keys 5 minutes ago? Look at this graph charting stored information over time. Notice how capacity flatlines and plummets, a phenomenon known as the memory cliff. When you cram abstract lists into your brain through raw repetition, new data overwrites and erases older memories. Our brains evolved to keep us alive in the wild. Our survival hardware prioritized mapping dangerous terrain, finding shelter, and remembering exactly where the predators lived. Chronic forgetting is a software error. We struggle because we try to process raw data without engaging the internal GPS that our brain uses to organize the world. In 2014, the Nobel Prize in Medicine was awarded for the discovery of a specialized network of neurons deep inside the brain's entorhinal cortex. They are called grid cells. As you move, these cells generate a repeating, precise hexagonal pattern. They map your physical location in real time, forming a biological GPS that tiles the space around you. This lattice functions as a universal coordinate system, a geometric framework designed to hold the knowledge you retain. Inside the entorhinal cortex, your brain is actively assigning a physical location to the events and concepts you experience. MIT scientists modeled this with their vector hash architecture. Think of your grid cells as a fixed scaffold, a rigid 3D lattice acting like a wall of pegs. Your hippocampus is the active binding system. It takes episodic memories and locks them onto those pegs. Researchers tested this connection in a virtual reality study, asking participants to memorize 3D objects. One group simply viewed items, while the other actively locked objects to specific spatial coordinates. This bar chart compares the rote memorization results against the spatial locking technique. The participants who anchored their objects to locations saw their memory recall spike by exactly 28%. This indicates the human brain requires a spatial architecture to durably encode and retrieve abstract information. Memory athletes exploit this biology using the method of Loci, often called the memory palace. It allows them to memorize thousands of random digits or multiple decks of shuffled cards in minutes. The process starts by closing your eyes and walking through a highly familiar physical space in your mind's eye, establishing a clear, continuous pathway. Next, you take the abstract information you need to remember and place it on physical landmarks. You leave the 10 of spades on the counter and drop a complex formula onto the sofa. To achieve recall, you simply retrace the exact same mental path. As your mind approaches each coordinate, the assigned item is waiting right where you left it. This technique enables the rapid memorization of vast amounts of data because it bypasses the limitations of rote repetition. It feeds abstract data directly into your biological GPS. The grid network maps the sequential relationships between complex events, creating what neuroscientists call ordinal topologies. The progression of time and sequence of your episodic memories are systematically compressed into these precise spatial firing patterns, all converging into a single point in the hippocampus. Your brain treats abstract spaces, conceptual ideas, and complex social hierarchies as literal physical locations. You feel close to a friend or try to climb the corporate ladder because your neurons map those relationships using the same coordinates they use for physical distance. Because physical space is the primary currency of the human mind, mastering your external spatial environment provides direct control over your internal cognitive processing. Faster, more urgent tone. When you enter a new room, your body reacts instantly. Your grid cells fire in milliseconds, mapping the physical boundaries, identifying the exits, and calculating the social geometry of the people inside. By consciously occupying physical space and identifying environmental power spots, you actively ground your nervous system. This outward projection is rooted directly in spatial awareness. Try the mental vault challenge right now. Mentally assign one crucial life goal to 3 different physical rooms in your current living space. Lock them to the furniture. Knowledge yields power only if you can retrieve it on demand. If you've locked your goals in place, type MAPPED in the comments and subscribe to continue mastering your mind.